Hello guys, welcome to CS Gyan. I hope you all are doing really great in your lives and I hope you all are just killing it in your life. So to begin with the video, I would like to confess this reality that I am very camera conscious for this video right now. One more reason that is adding up to my consciousness is that I'm recording this video from my office. So please don't mind and please excuse me if you see people rushing in the background cause that's every office story. So a few days back I posted on LinkedIn as to how do you manage your CS professional studies along with your internship. This is the most common query that every CS student will go through. So in that post I received a lot of text messages and a lot of my curious juniors approached me and they were like, Dee, please bail us out of this stressful situation of every day going to the office, coming and studying back for our professional. We don't want to miss this attempt and we really want to clear it, and all of those questions. So trust me guys, I have been through all of this stress of managing my professional exams along with my so demanding 9 to 5 job. So to address this thing, this video is basically for all the past CS executive students. So I can completely relate with this thing that once you have cleared executive, you are in the seventh heaven and you are like, oh, I'm in compliance executive right now. You try to be that corporate girly and your parents have created all of that hype that my daughter or son is going to this esteemed company, going to this reputed firm for having their internship done. But here comes the reality check, guys. You are just a compliance executive right now, and in order to be a qualified company secretary, you need to pass the CS professional exams. So hear me out throughout this video and I'll share all of my personal insights and all of my personal practices as to how I was able to clear my CS professionals in first attempt while having my internship job. To begin with, the first and foremost thing, I would say that you should have your why cleared. So this is a very simple exercise yet a very effective one. So you can write it somewhere and most importantly have it clear in your mind as to why do you want to be a company secretary. Why does this attempt matter to you a lot? Why can't you afford to defer your exams, and why you want to add that prefix in your name. So guys, everyone's why might differ according to their personal choices and situations in life, according to their conditionings and belief system. So let me share you my personal why. So my personal why was because I cleared my executive in my first attempt, and I somewhere or the other took it in my ego that no matter what, I have to be a company secretary in first attempt. And trust me, this thing somewhere or the other turned to be in my favor because I eventually ended up passing. Now this my second personal why was because very early in life I realized that nothing in this planet is more important than my time and my energy. So this might sound very psychological, but trust me guys, your time and energy on this planet is limited. Now if you keep deferring your exams every 6 months and you keep telling people that I'll pass in the next attempt, more 6 months to go, more 6 months to be a CS, and you keep on dwelling upon the same subjects which ICSI has given you, new syllabus come up and still you are studying the same subjects and all of that, your mental energy at some point of the other really gets affected. So to have your why cleared, these were two of my reasons which I had in my mind very clear. The best thing that made me realize after having my whys cleared is that I was able to look at the bigger picture in life. I was able to look that, yeah, I have these whys cleared. So all of the efforts that I'm putting each and every day consistently has its own meaning. So now guys, your why is clear and you don't mind spending that extra hours in your room, stretching upon your study hours, and skipping those hangouts with your friends and all of that, because all of the efforts that you are giving for your studies, they all starts to make sense. At least they make sense to you. That is what matters. So I hope you all are comfortable this first step. Continuing with the second step is to set a timetable for yourself. This is a very simple exercise, but it helped me immensely, guys. In order to set a timetable for yourself, time frame for yourself, it is very important to know what kind of student you are. Now, most of my friends are night owls. They really like making coffees for themselves and then studying for 3 4 even 6 to 7 hours after their internship is over. However, a few of my friends, including me, I was basically a morning person. I liked waking up in the morning and studying, watching my lectures, and having that self study time before my internship office. So, hear me out on this thing, guys. It's very important to categorize and study according to your time frame. I mean, night owls might not be productive in the morning. However, they are really very productive in the night. So don't force yourself to be a morning person, and that I have to do it in the morning. No, just don't try, because it's not your thing. Do what kind of study timetable suits for you. It's very important that you do things that is suiting your study pattern, and to follow this timetable on a consistent basis, it's important that you analyze and you are very critical towards having that seriousness of following your timetable on a consistent basis. Now, we all have days where it's not possible to study. We felt sleepy, we slept, we have to dwell upon some or the other things. That is the reason why we couldn't study. So we need to be very critical about those things, and you need to bounce back to your studies immediately after having such kind of rest days. I would rather call it as rest days from your studies. So immediately after 1 or 2 rest days, immediately you need to bounce back in your studies. And that, trust me guys, can be the toughest part, because you already had 2 days of sheer relaxation, and now not even a single cell of your body wants to return back to that strict timetable of study. But you need to get into the track as soon as possible. So the third thing that students fail to do is that they don't speak in their internship office, and they don't make it clear upfront as to how many number of days they want as exam leaves. So in my personal case, I had it very clear at the time of interview itself that I want such and such number of days before the exams as exam leaves. So always maintain that kind of cushion before joining the internship office only, because trust me guys, when the annual filing seasons comes and all of that, you might have a very tough time to get leaves from your internship office. So have all of these things very clear from the very beginning of joining your office. So guys, as we have completed these 3 personal practices of my own self, if you're liking all of these tips, then I would request all of you to please go and subscribe CS Gyan. Share this video among all of your CS professional friends who are struggling to get out of this situation, that they really want to pass their exam stress free. Coming forward to the fourth and a very important crucial personal tip is that you need to bridge the gap between the theory and the practice. So everything that you do in your internship office, everything is related with the CS professional exams. I remember once in some of the CS professional subjects, I had this question from ICSI asking me what are the things that has to be filed in an annual return. And trust me guys, while I was writing that question, I could literally imagine myself sitting in my office desk and literally scrolling through the form MGT7 and recalling each and every thing that is asked in that form. So never ever take this thing lightly, that whatever you are learning in your professional space, each and everything will add up to your CS professional exams. They are very much related. Coming forward to the last part of this video is that, guys, stop making excuses, stop complaining about your current situation, start acting upon your studies. So you can either be an excuse maker or you can be an achiever. Now trust me, guys, when you make excuses and when you start to justifying your results by making excuses, you are really depleting your energy a lot. A lot of mental energy is required when you are actually complaining about the outside situation and not taking charge of what was actually in your control. See, guys, studies is in your control. The work culture, the work stress, those things are outside. I mean, I have heard literally each and every student. I mean, we have each and I really don't know what to say, but I sometimes feel feel it to be very funny that people, they make so many excuses कि एनुअल फाइलिंग्स का टाइम था, मैं कैसे पास कर सकता हूँ, नेक्स्ट अटेम्प्ट है ना, नेक्स्ट अटेम्प्ट दे देंगे, फैमिली फंक्शन था, पर्सनल प्रॉब्लम चल रही थी, पर्सनल ब्रेकडाउन चल रहा था, तो कैसे क्लियर कर पाते. सो यू आर, every time you say this, you are actually like depleting your mental energy a lot. And trust me, guys, there are many people who will actually, you know, support your excuses. So at the end of the day, you can either be an excuse maker or an achiever. We all have our own set of personal problems and all of that. It really depends how you bail out of them, because at the end of the day, I would repeat this, that you can either be an excuse maker or an achiever. So that's it for today's video, guys. I really hope that you all enjoyed it a lot and you all resonated it with your own personal experiences. So in case if you have any further queries or any further questions relating to the CS exams, I'm just a DM away on LinkedIn. You all can approach me in that platform. In the description box below, I'll be leaving my LinkedIn ID so that you can get in touch with me there. So that's all for today's video, guys. If you like the video, please share it with your friends and please subscribe to CS Gyan. Bye bye.